Hey, what's going on, guys? MindaQ7B here. Welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Thunder 2004. This is episode number 166 today for the New England 300 here at New Hampshire. Well, the last time we went to New Hampshire, believe it or not, we actually won the race, I believe. We were in the Philadelphia Eagles car back when we were driving our own team. So we have a little stuff to worry about. Last week's episode, of course, we are now in 5th place in the standings, of course. Now 136 points back to good old Jeff Gordon anyway. Not a very good series of events, especially when Chicagoland, being one of our better tracks, turns out to be one of our more, well, mediocre tracks. Not exactly with the default setup anyway, being not so happy. Well, guess what is also not happy? No, I'm not even gonna answer that for you. You know what's not happy. We're gonna basically do some good old fashioned house cleaning by overhauling stuff, because we're gonna have some parts coming in coming in about 2 races anyway. Let's see here. We gotta do one more with this one here. Make this there we go. So enough about that. Shop Edition's coming within a couple races. We're still rocking the normal paint scheme today for the UPS Ford. We're gonna be basically, well, we're in the backs against the walls when it comes to UPS at the moment. So we're definitely gonna be throwing in our best equipment, I would say. I mean, I think this, like, the durability on this engine should also be okay, as long as we don't blow it up. We should be okay. As terms of, like, well, these are like the same. We really don't need as much drafting at this track compared to, like, I think like Indianapolis is like that's coming up, I think, real soon as well as Pocono. So we're gonna leave this one there. With a 90 overall car rating, let's see if we can rock the house here at New Hampshire with the default setup. Just making sure before anything else. Yeah, it's back to the default setup. As you can tell by the cars around me, there has been multiple instances of practice runs anyway. I had a really fast car in practice, so hopefully we can translate that into the race and go back-to-back in New Hampshire. So, what this qualifying lap going to be, I think the pole time is never really that hard to do at New Hampshire. It's just the race pace is what bothers me the most. Because in practice, they were running 26.2s. I was running 26.2s as well, but I was also every now and then running 26.1s, 26.0s for like the first like 7 laps into a run, as we overshot the corner really bad there, as I had to slam on the brakes just to even get my thing to rotate. We probably won't even get a pole in the first lap. No, we don't. We got 5th already, which is our main objective for the sponsorship anyway, which is fine, but we got to do better than that, of course. We completely choked in turn 3, so we got to make sure we fix that for the 2nd lap here. Down this big-ass Martinsville-like track. Well, if you really think about it, this basically is like a big-ass Martinsville, New Hampshire is. Think about it, though. Doesn't it look like a big-ass Martinsville? Oh my goodness, a 25.9! Albeit very late 9, but it's a sub-26 nonetheless. With default setup. Alright then. We got Tony Stewart alongside as well. Where does Jeff Gordon start? 11, so he's gonna have the bottom lane. Well, that's sad, isn't it?
Joe Moore and Barney Hall welcoming you to Loudon, home of the New Hampshire International Speedway, for today's New England 300. What can you tell us about Loudon?
They did run a restrictor plate here for a couple of races because of the concern about the accelerators getting stuck open going into these flat corners. They no longer need those plates with the addition of the engine kill switch to all the cars. The switch is on the steering wheel and allows the drivers to quickly shut the engine off if they're going into the corner too hard.
The UPS Ford is currently at the top of the points list.
You know, if I was
wrong
him,
again,
I wouldn't even think about the points. I'd just try to stay focused on getting the best finish I can. After all, consistency is what wins championships.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. has a string of top 5s going.
He can sure gain a lot of points if he continues his top 5 streak. Just goes to show it doesn't always take wins to move up in the points.
The 43 car will start this race a little farther back than he's used to.
You know, I spoke with the guys from that team in the garage this morning, and they said they tried something a little different in qualifying this week. They learned their lesson, though. Stick with what works, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
So it's pole position here today for us in the UPS Ford.
Here's the starting lineup.
Got a long way to go, though. It's a 75-lap race, and I'm thinking about our pit strategy because of how tight the car gets for the default setups anyway. We're going to underway here, as we're probably going to pit every 25 laps, I would say. That would be like the most, like, probably like going to be the most realistic thing we're probably going to do here with New Hampshire anyway, is to make sure we pit every 25 laps. Because, let's be honest, all the default setups are towards, like, the tighter side, and oh my god, that red line. Yeah, that's another thing I'm gonna have to be concerned about. I mean, I ran a good 20-lap run. It never engine smoked once, but that doesn't mean it's gonna happen during the race, and hopefully it doesn't. Because I mean, I did experiment that a little bit as well during practice, make sure I got to the point where the engine does smoke. They do repair the damage, and the engine smoke does go away. So it's not like I'm gonna have a DNF or anything like that anyway, or at least I hope not anyway. It's just got to survive 25 laps, and they can just do a quick repair, and that's about it. That's our plan anyway. I am definitely getting to. I think I've gotten myself into a rhythm, like how this car setups and well, this track in particular, how it works. I think we could go back to back here at New Hampshire. We just have to be smooth and consistent for about 150 left turns or whatnot. Well, okay, 75 times 4. So it's 150 for 2. It should be 300 turns for 4. I think I'm right? Yeah, I think so.
26.
Okay, what the fuck, Jeff? You went from 11th to 3rd in, well, at this point, 7 laps. My god, and Elliott Sadler's up to P5. I forget the AI can be a little bit racy here when it comes to like gaining spots or whatnot. It's been a long while since I've raced at New Hampshire in this game anyway. I don't know if it's going to be like that for Thunder 03 or Thunder 2000 anyway. I can't wait to see what's in store. I think there's like a big difference between the two games anyway when it comes to that sort of track. It's been forever since I've driven at New Hampshire that game, so it's gonna be fun to see how I can handle that track anyway. I gotta figure out a way to do a little better at Thunder 2000 anyway. I think the next upgrade we're probably gonna have to do is between tire grip or tire wear. I don't know. I already know the engine power is coming within about a couple races there for that playthrough. But I gotta say, I'm thinking I'm leaning towards the tire wear because we're getting our asses beat by fucking Scott Pruitt in that playthrough. Arguably the slowest driver in the game, or at least in that mod anyway. It's like the slowest driver in the entirety of that mod. Like, we're getting our cheeks clapped. Like, I don't mean our face either. We're getting really bad in that one, as we don't see Stewart in our thing anymore. But he's gonna show up again in his corner. But yeah, definitely for sure. I think tire wear I'm leaning towards more for that playthrough. We're still leading the way, believe it or not, and Elliott Sadler is still running a very solid 5th place finish so far as we overshoot the corner and mess up the corner just a tad there. Yeah, I think the 25-25 strat will work just fine here anyway. I don't see the AI having any cautions anytime soon here. The AI do tend to hit one another every now and then, so that's something to consider. What would be a godsend, though, is these two cars behind me blow up, as well as Dale Jr. What's wrong is I'm still 5th in the standings, and I cannot afford to lose a spot to Tony Stewart, because even if we do come in 2nd, like, the sponsorship objective is to finish ahead of Smoke behind us. Arguably our biggest rival in the entirety of this playthrough, right behind with Kenny Wallace, which is kind of ironic because the Thunder 2000, he is our teammate, as well as Joe Nemechek. Alright, so both our front tires are now hitting yellow. I'm not sliding them as much as I thought I would be, honest to goodness. The car kind of stops on its own pretty well. Sadler, I'm still impressed he's still running in 5th, despite how racy the AI can get with one another. I'm still befuddled, like, how the heck did he get up to 3rd in, like, 6 laps anyway? Like, alright, so about 30 laps, I would say we can go on a tank of gas, because I did put our best engine out there for this race anyway. I probably should not have done that in hindsight, because I think Michigan's coming out in a couple races anyway. But at this point, who gives a shit about Michigan? We never did well at that track, and pretty much we're never gonna be anywhere good at all when it comes to Michigan. The AI will just always reign supreme compared to us for some reason. We'll just have to take the L at Michigan, which is a shame because Michigan's a pretty cool track. But why am I talking about Michigan? Because I know it's coming up with like a few races on the schedule. We have quite a bit of speedways coming up. I think we got Indy next, if not Pocono next. It's one of the two. I think they're back to back on the schedule, as well as Michigan. So we got some fast tracks heading up. Pocono, I have high confidence with the default setup anyway. I never thought the default setup. Well, then again, our parts were like near top notch as well. Like they're nearly maxed out completely, like it is here. But even so, like that was like the best race at Pocono I ever had, like statistics wise. And I mean, this race is also doing pretty good too. I haven't scratched a car yet, I should say. I'm gonna say that now, and about 30 laps from now, I'm gonna do something stupid and ruin that. So don't worry, it's gonna happen. All right, so we're finally starting to catch up some lap traffic here, believe it or not. But whoop, a little bit of drifting there. I gotta get the rear tires a little bit more heated up anyway. Gotta get the car a little bit looser anyway. But of course, we're not allowed to make any adjustments, so we have to improvise. As Elliott Sadler is now outside the top 5. Oh, that was Harvick that just went down the pits. His engine has expired, so that's a spot for us, I think, in the points as well. That's gonna help us quite a bit. And the engine for us has surprisingly been holding out. I thought the red line would actually kill us. In fact, the way the gear ratio is set up by the default stuff, it actually helps us out as the run goes on. Because I think with the gear ratio, what we did, because I was too scared of the red line, you know, previous seasons when we were able to make custom setups or whatnot, I never really put it past like 9,000. This thing's going to 9,500 with no problem so far, anyway. But then again, it's all about the durability here in the Winston Cup season. It's a pretty, well, short but also long race, 75 laps. And here comes everyone's favorite meme of our channel, Christian Fittipaldi. I'm pretty sure, and pretty soon to be Scott Pruitt and ourselves, essentially, because we're going to be probably lapping everybody, at least Christian Fittipaldi like twice. So now the fun part, traffic. I mean, the good news is pit stop sequence is actually coming up for us. We're actually gonna probably stay out for a little while longer. Oh boy, Fittipaldi, why are you always here, ruining my day? At least John Andretti does a better job than you do in Thunder 2000, so at least I'm happy about that. But you're really holding me up here, buddy. Please get out of my way. I really don't want to freaking deal with the likes of you. Juke to the inside. Nope. Okay, we're gonna keep getting it held up still, because here comes Tony Stewart. Can we make a move on the outside around this 43 car? You know, I never really accounted for traffic to be that annoying anyway. I mean, this car is good for, like, just by ourselves. Being in dirty air, though, I should have probably accounted for that.
There's some leaders coming in.
Still beside you.
All right, so we got some folks behind us coming down pit road. That might be Stewart, and it is. I just saw him barely in the rearview mirror that he's coming on in. Now Jeff Gordon's second. We really can't afford him to lead, though. We have to wait till when Jeff Gordon comes down pit road. Our right front's getting very worn, but if we let Tony Stewart lead for even a lap or two, that's fine. But in terms of we got to make sure that Jeff Gordon comes down pit road. We can't afford him to lead a lap, especially with our point situation right now, because the second half is where everyone turns up the juice, especially towards the front of the pack. Oh God, Casey, why? All right, so I think now Jeff Gordon's in. I think. Yeah, I think Jeff Gordon's in now. All right, is he in? Oh, he's in. Okay, so he's in. We have to come down pit road this lap then. Box, pit. Off we go. A pretty much perfect first run. Anyway, we almost ruined that by slamming into Casey Mears. We did not have a good pit. We didn't have a good pit stop there. Yeah, this is the default setup. They put a half round of wedge at 22 psi. I think they could have gotten away with maybe just normal 0 and 20. Well, not 25 psi. I would say on the tire pressure. I would say maybe 24, 3 maybe. 22 is I think a perfect number. I think. If they made the default setup a little bit looser, making it negative 0.5 on the wedge, I think it would have been a good setup for default players. That was kind of slow. I'm not going to lie. That was kind of slow. But we can make it up on the track. No problem. As we lost the lead to Tony Stewart, we'll get it back. We'll get it back, and especially since we have a 2-lap tire advantage now over Tony Stewart anyway. And we had to make sure that Jeff Gordon didn't come down. Oh, well, we had to make sure Jeff Gordon did come down. Otherwise, he would lead a lap, and he would get 5 bonus points, which we can't afford. Oh boy, well, the pit cycle is pretty much complete now, as whoever's in the pit road is still there. Oh, there's contact between the 109 and the 20. as we have to take a little bit of evasive maneuvers on the outside. Oh my God, we're getting blown up. There's another car blown up on the track. Gotta be careful for that, as we're gonna try to get around cleanly with Mike Bliss. Or at least I saw someone blowing up in there. I probably didn't see that clearly there. Oh, we have a little bit of contact with the 0 car, so I think there goes that when it comes to like the perfect like no contactless races. Tony Stewart nearly creams into Kevin Grubb. I did say the AI can get a little racy here at this track for some reason. I mean, we had some instances where we had 4 wide at one point in our career mode. 4 wide at New Hampshire. You guys, there is an episode titled that, I think, somewhere in the playlist. Gotta go find it though. Out of our 8 different times on our when we come down here to, I think this is our 9th race down in New Hampshire. Yeah, there's more contact up there with Greg Biffle and Ashton Lewis at 4. Yeah, we're reeling in Tony Stewart, which is really good news for us anyway. We're definitely, that 1 lap advantage or 2 lap advantage anyway is really starting to take notice. Especially with the traffic being a little bit of a nuisance anyway for us right now, as we're going to nearly slam it into the wall if I didn't get out of the gas. I have to be a little bit more patient with the throttle here. We're just sending it down into corners each and every lap. Almost a little bit in the right rear into Tim Wagner in the 175. We're gonna go try to make a move on the Stewart here in a couple laps or so. He's looking a little bit vulnerable. Smoke is. We definitely need to finish ahead of him though. That is part of the thing as we give a little bit of contact to Greg Biffle. So there is some contact after all. Now we're all over the back of Tony Stewart here. We're gonna try to make a move down the inside. Can we make it stick? We do. We smoked the slide of right tonners and we did a slide job a little bit on the Tony Stewart, and we're cleared away. But now it's not over yet because he hits the wall hard. Oh my goodness. That was major time loss there for Tony Stewart, but he's going to gain it all back because we can't get around Hermie Sadler. We're going to try again on the outside once again because he really likes to hog that bottom line. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, why would you? Why wouldn't you, actually? We're going to make sure we go down the apron and make sure he doesn't try anything stupid, trying to do anything down there. And we're smooth sailing away, and we're pulling away from Tony Stewart. And Jeff Gordon is still running in 3rd. Jimmy Johnson running in 4th. I'm really hoping that Jimmy's ego would get the better of him and try to overtake Jeff Gordon, but you know, team orders do happen quite often here in this channel. We've done it, and now I think somebody else is probably going to do it too. Interesting spot that we put ourselves in. We're kind of boxed in between the 25 and 31 right then and there. Funnily enough, I was trying to get one of these guys to retire at one point, to be honest, and take over their respective rides. How everything's now coming full circle for us as we're both being blocked. We're losing a lot of time now because Tony Stewart just gained us quite a bit on that lap. And we get the most laps led. That has been confirmed by our crew chief, Sheldon Wynn. He has confirmed with us that we led the most laps, so no matter what, we get 10 bonus points. Very nice stuff to hear. I'm glad we heard that. Get a little bit of contact to the front row, Joe, and just tell him, like, hello, how you doing? Hello, teammate in Thunder Road 2000 anyway. Hello. We'll see you probably at, I think the next episode's Darlington anyway. So we'll see you there at Darlington, and we'll try to work together, I guess, there. But for right now, we're not teammates in this career mode. As we finally get around with those guys. My goodness. Yeah, I think still the game plan is to make sure that 24 comes down pit road. Like, once he does, it's all Jover, I think, for him. As long as he doesn't get ahead of Tony Stewart, we're fine. Right now, there's a 3-second gap, about 2.5-second gap between them two, anyway. So I think we're fine. I think we're fine as long as we make sure we have to pay attention to 24. Tony Stewart can lead all the laps he wants. I really don't care. As long as we finish ahead of Tony, we're fine. But Jeff Gordon cannot lead a lap as people are coming down pit road. Honestly, I kind of wish that there's some cars coming down pit road. You know, the crew chief would let you know, like, hey, that car is pitting in front. Try not to run into him as he tried to go in. I think, like, Dirt to Daytona had that, anyway. Well, I think, like, the later NASCAR games had that as well. I mean, for this game, they just only tell you, like, hey, the leaders are coming in.
Some of the leaders are coming in together.
All right, some of the leaders are indeed coming down pit road. I got to pay attention to 24. He's now down to 5th. His car's fallen off completely, it looks like. But now I got to pay attention. Where is that 24? Because he can try to steal a point or 5 points away from us. I'm mainly racing the 24. I really don't. I mean, I should care about the 20 as well because of the sponsorship allegation bullshit or whatnot. But all right, let's see. Probably check here actually. All right, so Jeff. There was Tony Stewart that went down. That wasn't Jeff. I'm more worried about Jeff.
Wow, you're fast.
I mean, Tony can gain all the time he wants,
20
really.
laps to go.
I just got to make sure he doesn't lead.
Fire's getting warm.
As soon as he gets 24 pit, we got to go. I know our fuel is getting exceptionally low.
Now are you gonna be out of gas?
Yeah, I know. We'll come on in when we're there. There's our teammate, Elliott Sadler. I guess that top 5 run was kind of short-lived. I think Steve Park was going to pit there, but they saw me coming in, called me down on the inside. So now, yeah, especially since he's running a third, I'm afraid that Ryan Newman's going to pit very, very, sooner than Jeff Gordon, because I think Jeff's going to try to stay out as long as he can, and I'm just going to not let that happen. So if we lose the lead very briefly to Tony Stewart, that's fine, because I know we're very old tires at this point. We're going to get that spot back regardless, I think. I think it's kind of checkmate right now when it comes to this race anyway. I think we're all set ready to go to win. We just can't mess up.
27, 16.
But we're about halfway across. We're about halfway across the racetrack, though, between Jeff Gordon and all the others. So, all right, let's see. Will Jeff Gordon be down pit road? I'm going to pause the game as soon as we get into 3. The fuel tank's almost empty. Someone's got to give. All right, so that's a no. Oh, no! We clipped him. We clipped him. Oh, my gosh. We just blew this race wide open, whoever did win. Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. We clipped him. We clipped him. We did this to ourselves. We just clipped him. And, all right. I did win 90 degrees. Okay. I screwed somebody out, I'm guessing. God dang it, man. I just clipped him and the car just went around like that. All right, so yeah, Jeff Gordon's third, so obviously we need to pit.
And now one car peels off the track and heads down pit road. We're not quite sure down here.
Oh, so wait, not everyone's coming down pit road. That must be Jeff behind us, right? That has to be Jeff. That has to be Jeff. They said that, I thought everyone was coming in. I mean, probably not because of the whole pit cycle exchange, but I think some people stayed out. Jeff Gordon had to have pit behind us, right? I'm trying to see him. He had to have. Yeah, those are the people. Oh boy. Oh, Jackman. Yeah, that's the 25. 25, the 12. I think he just led a lap. I think Jeff Gordon just led a lap.
We're deep in the field.
I don't see Jeff Gordon anywhere.
Working your way up.
That's Scott Wimber there.
Pace car is off.
So, yeah, Jeff Gordon just got himself 5 bonus points. But why though? Wait, why?
The 17 car was down.
Why did Jeff Gordon?
You only 1 second.
He didn't pass us on pit road, did he?
Number 17.
Did he pass us on pit road? Oh my goodness! I totally forgot about that. Oh my goodness. Okay. I totally forgot about Matt Kenseth. Honest to goodness, I totally forgot about Matt Kenseth. I shouldn't even be down here. What the hell happened there? Oh boy, whoa gosh!
Focus on the race.
Well, this race just went wide fucking open, didn't it? You can't blame me for that one, I don't think. The whole field just checked up in front of me. So, okay. Now, all right. I need to. All right, now Stanton Barrett's the one leading. All right, I need a minute to think about something. So Jeff Gordon did not lead a lap. Okay. So let me a 5-second lap time by Stanton Barrett. What? Okay, and Scott Wimber apparently. All right. So something's not right there. All right, enough about that though. So what are our options here? We have a red right front. That's not great. So how many people are on the lead lap? Only 11. So everyone from Stewart from David Green on down, they're a lap down. Unfortunately for us, Jeff Gordon is also on the lead lap, but I don't think he pitted. I personally think we probably need to repair that right front because it's red. That's what we're gonna do. we're only going to be back to 11th, so we should be okay. I guess from there, we can also take tires as well. We're only going to be back to 11th anyway, most likely. But if Jeff Gordon finally comes down pit road, and he does, so you know what? No tires, just repair the damage. Okay, so that kind of messed up our plan a little bit.
The field ducked onto pit road during that caution.
Yeah, that kind of messed us up a little bit, because I really was hoping for Jeff Gordon to, like, get run out of fuel or something, but that didn't happen. We're going to do something very illegal here, and then we're going to try to get back down there. So now, unfortunately, Jeff Gordon has fresh tires, and we don't. So we're going to have to race him a little bit aggressively there, like we just did right there, because kind of shoved him there. I did not expect Matt Kenseth to sucker punch us there like that. We're going all the way down on the apron to avoid all this nonsense. We're up to 4th already because of what's going on here. The AI can still get pretty racy. We got Craven in 2nd, Ryan Newman leading the way, and that's Newman all the way up there. We have time to get there, but I'm worried about this 17 car in front of us here. We're going to be really methodical about passing. We're going to have to send it down in the last possible second down the braking zone, and we go so he doesn't contact us. But we messed up. We locked up a little bit. We messed up our entry, so we're gonna have to try again anyway. Newman's kind of running the way from everybody right now. Try to make sure we don't let that happen. The whole field just completely checked out. Oh, that contact helped a lot. Oh my God, Kenseth, that helped. Thank you. You made up for what you did earlier. Thank you. I don't even know where Jeff Gordon is. Honestly, I kind of don't care at the moment. Because now I want this race win as we give Tony Stewart a little bit of a shove there. And now Ricky Craven is still running strong in the top 5 spot. He's going to try to take 2nd away from us. We're going to try to, oh boy. Oh my goodness, running the bestest lap of the day. It almost came to an end because Tony Stewart, oh my God, twice. Almost ran right into us. We're on the nice lap though, coming to about 6 laps to go in the race. We got to catch up to Newman. I think we can. I think we can do it still, but my goodness. That caution though, I don't know what to say about that. Oh, I think Newman has older tires as well, judging by what it looks like there. I mean, we're gaining on him at a rapid rate in the corners. Jeff Gordon's still running in 5th. Craven's trying to hold strong in 4th, but I don't think he's going to last very longer anyway. I don't think so. I'm trying to watch the mirror at the same time to see where Jeff Gordon is. I still wish that caution never came out. I think that might have been a caution regardless. As we send it down the inside, I tried to take the lead away from Ryan Newman, and we get it. We now lead the way, coming to 4 laps to go at New Hampshire, but I don't think the fight's over yet because Newman's having, I think, head of steam going into 1, but it's probably not going to be enough there as we take the inside, holding it down there, and away we go off of turn number 2, and we're pulling away from the Rocket Man behind us. Coming to 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank, or not. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it is. I don't even know. I kind of wish that scenario before that last caution came out, you know, that I just ran right into Jeff Burton. I had no idea, like, what was going on. I just ran right through him, and it caused that caution right then there. I kind of wish that didn't happen, because I think Jeff Gordon would have blown this championship wide open if he did. But today, we get to go home and win New Hampshire. Yes! All right, it feels great to win again. All right. Jeff Gordon finishes in 4th. That's not great for us, but Tony Stewart's back there. Kevin Harvick blew up. I think it's a fantastic day for us anyway. Feels nice. I think it's been like since like Sonoma, like a few weeks ago, we actually won our race. I mean, I'm already doing 2 playthroughs enough as it is, so it's kind of hard to keep track to do both at the same time anyway for us. But a win feels refreshing once again after running like 30th, maybe 40th each week in friggin' Thunder 2000. So it does feel refreshing to get ourselves back into victory lane here, where we can actually continue to recite our most famous song from Beethoven.
The drivers didn't spend much time behind that Pontiac pace car today.
Well, I'd say the fans would probably have liked to see more excitement. I'm sure the drivers, on the other hand, were happy about the low number of caution flags.
The UPS Ford comes away with a win.
That team deserves it. They worked hard all race long, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of celebrating tonight.
The 88 car ran a very respectable race, and I think some other drivers are taking notice.
Yeah, you know the golden rule. Well, it applies in NASCAR as well. You got to treat other drivers with respect in order to earn theirs.
For the 6th time. Oh boy, that's a little early. I got to wait a little longer for that, but Hello, New England. Home of, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. It's awesome to be back in Victory Lane here again. I didn't think I would go back-to-back at New Hampshire, even with a default setup. I would say it's tight. It's more on the tight side, I should say. But it's doable. It's actually manageable compared to like a mile and a half like Chicagoland. It's definitely manageable. It's you gotta be a little bit patient on the throttle for sure. Definitely on that. Usually I'm used to getting it on there early, but because I have much more engine power now, I have to be able to watch out for that. Now, give me that trophy. We'll add that to our collection as well. We win the New England 300 today. I'm very happy to see. Now it's the time to say it. For the 6th time, I believe. I think it's my 6th or 7th win anyway. 6th or 7th time, we get to sing Ode to Joy as we are our winners today. Happiness bonus is at 0. I never would have guessed. So we have to look at the race results here today. It's quite a wacky one, I should say. I can see Jeff Green, our Homestead winner of last season, finishes in 7th there. That's awesome to see. We win today with 57 laps led. Brian Newman comes in 2nd. JL Jr. finishes in 3rd. Jeff Gordon finishes in 4th with no laps led. So we have a max points day while Jeff Gordon doesn't lead a single lap. We have to pay attention to good old Jeff at this point forward. Craven comes home with a respectable top 5. Nice to see. Kurt Busch comes in 6th. Jeff Green 7th. Steve Park 8th. Stanton Barrett. I think it's like his first top 10 in like a few years. He finishes in 9th. And Scott Wimmer, I think, got his first top 10 ever. And even leading a lap. He comes home in 10th place. Tony Stewart. Only 10 cars on the lead lap. Tony Stewart and Labonte were just outside of it. Sadler comes home in 13th. That's nice for our teammate anyway. Everybody else, I think it's kind of like business as usual, except for like a few people, I would say. Let's see here. I think some people, very important people, blew up. I know one did. Harvick finishes in last, so definitely for sure. That's a very important person. We're going to gain on him on the points. We're probably going to surpass him. Now, if only Jeff Gordon were to do that, Jeff Gordon almost screwed over his own race, but thankfully I ran right into Jeff Burton and just caused that whole FusterCluck of a finish. I think it's safe to say my name's Jeff got away with one for sure, especially since he kind of flubbered that last pit stop sequence. So as we move up to 3rd in the standings now only 111 back because definitely for sure Harvick fell a ton because of his DNF anyway. And okay, it was 6th. So that was my 6th win of the season. We got some very good tracks coming up for us anyway. All right, let's see here. We got Pocono again already? I totally forgot how quick Pocono comes by. Then we got Indy. And then it's personal. Honestly, at Watkins Glen, I don't give a fuck about anybody. I'm going to probably take out a lot of people. I will be Nick Nasterly for that race. I don't care what anyone says. How, like, oh, Nick is suddenly turning heel. Nick's going to be wrecking everybody to win this race. Yeah, I'm going to. I said, this track is personal. Like, that Watkins Glen is personal because I've yet to win in this entire playthrough, despite having everything go against us completely. But that's the bridge until we get there anyway. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But anyway, great win for us there today. We got ourselves a good amount of money back in the bank. We got ourselves closer to the point standings anyway. I should probably check the sponsorship as well. Is it back to 50? Of course it is. So we still can't falter anyway. But Pocono, if it was anything like what we had last time at Pocono, I think we should be fine. But anyway, we'll see you guys in the next one when we go to the Pennsylvania 500 at Pocono. If you liked the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It helps out the channel quite a bit. We're actually getting closer to 600 subscribers, and who knows? We might do a 600 subscriber special doing the Coke 600 on like Thunder 2000 or something. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see you next time at Pocono, guys.